Hello, and welcome to I Want to Believe You.
We're two skeptics here to investigate real stories from real people with real experiences.
Roll intro. We're your hosts, Doug and Becky. Thank you for joining us for episode 3.
Episode 3. Today we have something real exciting for you guys. We have actual video footage
Video footage
from real people
with real experiences.
caught on camera.
We'll see what they caught. So we're going to start with orbs caught on camera.
Ooh.
So we have a video here from username Until Now.
Until now, I didn't think we were gonna get a video.
Not up to this point, but here we are. They say, is this a spirit, ghost, orb, or some form of unknown?
Ooh, who
I
knows?
think we're about to find out.
Let's see.
Let's take a look.
Someone's garage. Oh, did you see that little flash there? I was probably just from the car recording, right?
Yeah, those little flat. Yeah,
I got excited then. I was like, oh, we could see the orb. See that phone across the top there?
Yep, I see it.
Mm-hmm. I can't put that down to dust or anything because it looks like it's quite, and it's slow moving and it's prominent.
It is slow moving. It actually
And it's
it
not
looks
slowed
like
down
it
because you
definitely
can see
looks
the
like,
time.
It definitely looks like it stopped for a second.
That was weird.
That was weird.
Maybe someone's garden.
Backyard.
Backyard.
That's how you know.
Definitely American.
It's somewhere
You
over
can
there.
tell it's American because there's a yard and they've got surveillance
Oh,
cameras.
there it is.
At the end there, it looked like a man running. Did you see that? Can we go back a little bit?
Go back a little bit. There you go.
Look, watch the red. Look, and then it sort of turns into a man. You see, it looks like he's
It
running
does,
through the
at the
garden.
very end, it does look like manifests into like some sort of like
Isn't that weird?
form.
Do you feel like that's like, I don't know. You see that? What do you think that is?
It looks like someone cutting through their yard. Like, obviously not someone, but something.
Something.
Unless they have some seriously amazing editing skills. Wow.
P.S. Sorry if you can hear the dog snoring.
That's our own little ghost. Don't you worry about him. He's harmless unless you break into our house, in which he's probably still harmless. So.
But that, I don't know. I can't personally describe what that could be.
I'm not sure. That's an anomaly. That's strange.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
One more time, because this is like strange. You can put like orbs down to dust and things, but
Yeah, bugs.
This-
Bugs that are like real close.
yeah.
Blurred out.
But this
That's-
looks like it probably is something just going across the camera lens, but at the end there it looks like it's running away.
It does. That's strange.
Yeah, so let us know what you guys think. 'cause
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I've heard of orbs, and and that they're supposed to be spirits and stuff, but I've never seen anything like an orb
it's
kind
like a
of
red one.
manifest into something. There it is again.
Oh, he was a spooky ghost.
Yeah, that doesn't look like cotton or like anything, like dust or anything floating around. That's interesting.
Right? It was like bright red.
Again, there was music to this video, so that means they did edit it. I'm just wondering if this person has like pretty decent editing skills, and this is something that they just kind of put in there.
Potentially. Well, no, because there was one clip of just the garage, and this is like a compilation. There it is again. Look.
That's interesting.
This is a compilation, so they might have just put it together.
Here we go again with another shot from the garage here.
There's that. Oh, did you see that weird spike there? Did you see that?
No, I
Look,
didn't see
let
it.
me show you. Watch it come down from the top, and then it spikes.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah,
Isn't that weird?
that almost makes me feel like this was like edited in. It almost makes me feel like this is.
No. What I find weird about this one is the stars are moving on the right, but they're not on the left. That orb just went through those stars. Or it's on the camera screen.
It did. I mean, when it appeared, it did go around. Like, it did appear into the scene from that area.
You see how fast those stars were moving there? Did you see that?
Yeah, they were swaying pretty quick.
They're swaying really quickly.
I mean, but it is. You can't explain it. Like, if over here to the left is the house itself, the wind or whatever could be coming around. You know what I mean? Like.
That's true.
So you can explain that.
Alright, well, let's see what the next one's all about.
Yeah, we'll keep going because this one has a few. It just kind of looks like it might be snowing right here. I wonder where they're at, where this is located. 'Cause if they don't get snow, then that's very interesting right there.
Oh, I'm thinking 06 because it's England, but it's not, is it? 03 is March.
March, yes. Yeah. This was a year ago, a little over a year, 2019.
I couldn't see anything in that one.
No, it just looked like it was snowing. If not, it looked like there was a bunch of dust or something. This one clearly looks like it's snowing or raining or something. Again, I'd have to know where this took place at. They didn't really give us much information about that. Because if it was in an area that doesn't get snow regularly, then maybe that gives credit to like what could this be. Like I said, it kind of looks like it could be rain, but if you look in the background, it doesn't look like anything's like any raindrops are bouncing off that.
No.
Off the.
They might be trying to like show something else, but I can't see anything happening.
I can't see anything here. These are the clear shots here. Again, I see the orb that's coming into the picture.
It's weird that it's so slow moving. Because it's not, you can look at the time, it's not slowed down or anything. Yeah. Again, unless they put it in there, but. That was a bug.
That was definitely a bug.
Firefly was. Although saying that, it did disappear. Did you see that?
Not just disappear, did you see at the end there?
I didn't see it at the end there. Let's watch that one again. So I see it move. And it disappears.
And then what's this? See that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that kind of gave me the chills a little bit.
What was that?
Let's go back and watch that one again. I wonder if we can slow it down. So there's...
You see, I can see if you look above the swing, when this thing flies by, it looks like a lightning bug lights up. So
yeah.
That's, I mean,
yeah,
that's... I feel like that's definitely like a lightning bug.
But then this next bit...
Yeah, what caught me here was what happened with the light. You see that? I mean...
There's a car.
Was that a car?
Yeah, look. There's a car going... I think it's a car going from... This. I think this is a road back here. Oh, maybe not. That's like a big shadow beneath the light.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's see.
Ooh.
That one's hard. I don't know what that was.
It could be a bird flying underneath.
It could have been a bird, yeah. I didn't see it, but it was dark.
What's this one?
It looks like just more...
Wow, that's so many orbs.
That's so many orbs.
I just can't explain that many orbs.
That's just so many orbs. Whoever they are, they need to get the hell out of there.
That was cool, though.
No, it was good.
Yeah.
I will say there was a couple things in there that I found pretty interesting.
I still think the shadow could have been a bird or something, though.
Yeah, I think it could be explained. All right, so that last one was pretty interesting.
Yeah, let us know what you think. Also, we forgot to do last episode. I'm really sorry. We're still new at this, and we're still sort of finding our feet and everything.
Yeah, you're gonna have to forgive us.
So we were doing like a scare factor last time, which we forgot to do last episode. So what would you give that last video a scare factor of?
The backyard scene with the person walking through. If that wasn't edited in, which I kind of feel like it was, but if I was them and I seen that, that would be pretty scary.
Yeah.
I would probably have to give that, if I was the one sitting there watching that video. I'm just going to put myself, because if I don't and I just assume how scared I am personally, I'd be like 0.
Yeah,
I'm just not
you have to put
I'm
yourself
not
in their
convinced.
shoes.
So, but I will say, if it was real, and it was me that was sitting there, I'd have to give it, I'd probably be scared. I'd probably say like 8 out of 10 for that one scene.
Well, for the red man?
Yeah, walking through my ear. Well, because it manifests at the end.
If that was your own footage.
Yeah, I'd be scared shitless. Like, what the hell keeps popping up in my yard? I
would probably give it a 5. if it was me personally watching that video from my garden. At least it's not in the house.
I guess it just wasn't that scary. Try harder next time. If
Yeah,
you're gonna edit
Ghost.
it, go all the way.
I didn't think it was edited.
No.
I don't.
It might not have been. All right. So we'll move on. We have another video for you.
Ooh.
I don't know who this is from, what their name is. Bouvier?
I think that's how you say it, yeah.
Bouvier.
Okay.
All right. They say, okay, long story long. It's 2015. I just moved back to Chicago from Big G, Kentucky.
Can I just say I like it when they include the year? Because we always try and figure out when it took place. So it's nice.
It's true.
So
They gave us a...
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just moved back to Chicago from BG, Kentucky. Due to the climate change, I took ill. One night in bed, watching Ghost Adventures, he goes on to say, LOL, don't judge me, please. We're judging you.
You should be watching. I want to believe you.
Shame on you. Anywho, something grabbed me by the ankle and pulled me at least 2 feet. It's pretty scary
That's
stuff.
a long way to go.
Towards the foot of the bed, he said. Well, I was just not having it. I deal with this stuff all the time.
They're always like, I'm not having this. I've had enough.
I'm getting up.
I'm coming after you, Ghost.
Don't make me get up.
Isn't it? Every single story we read, well, not everyone, but like a lot of them, they're like, I've had enough.
Yeah,
now.
they're always like pissed off by the time it's all
Which
said
makes
and
it
done.
seem kind of credible to me.
I mean, I guess if you deal with it all the time, he said he deals with this all the time. So he was
Right.
sick of it and got pissed off.
Like, if you had an experience and it only happened every now and again, you'd be like, whatever. If it happened to you, like, once every other day, you would be, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it'd get annoying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah, I'd be pissed off. The dogs licking their feet every day piss me off. You think that won't piss me off? So he goes on to say, so I grabbed my phone and hit the video, and this is what went down.
He means business.
He's doing his own investigation. He's got his phone out. He's sitting in a dark room watching Ghost Adventures. I told you already that was last episode when I was watching that Ghost Adventure show, or Ghost Hunters, whatever it was, and the whole book incident.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
He's doing the same thing.
he's getting himself worked up by watching these shows to begin with. But let's go on and see what he had to say, because it's pretty interesting.
You don't know. Those shows might, antagonize the ghosts.
If this stuff's real, I would assume that if these shows and you're watching them and the place really does have spiritual activity going on, I would assume that this would, stir it up a little bit.
Or the ghost is watching it and is actually fake activity, and the ghost is pissed. It's
Ghost
like,
is
hello,
pissed.
I'm here. I'm the real deal. Pay attention to me, mother effer.
True. All right. So he does say, let's see. So just too sick and pissed. So I grabbed my phone and hit the video, and this is what went down. Keep in mind that I could see these orbs with my own eyes without looking through the camera.
That's weird.
Yeah, they were shooting under my bed, towards my face, and showing up on command. Now the door was open.
Oh, I choose you.
Yeah.
On command. That's funny.
I command you to show yourself. That usually never happens, so good for you, man. Now the door was open. There was something watching me from outside the door crease, and 30 seconds into the video. You'll see it. It will move away just before I start to swing right. Trust me. It was not a reflection. I went past the door several times, and it was gone. So this is around 8 p.m. Central Time.
Alright,
Let's take a look.
let's have a look.
So here we go.
So there's one little orb.
Seen the one orb so
See,
far?
that's strange because I feel like dust doesn't move like that.
Depends on the airflow in the room, I guess. It looks like he's in like a basement, kind of to me. Kind of.
I think he could be in the basement, yeah. It's funny how all the ghost stories happen in the basement, isn't it?
But you see those pipes up there? Maybe that's just like electric. I don't know.
Yeah, he does look like he's in the basement. There's another one there, going under the bed, like he said.
You can hear the Ghost Hunter show in the background, Ghost Adventure. He's definitely got himself worked up.
Okay, we missed the 30-second mark that he was talking about. Should we go
and
back?
Check it out. Yep, here we are at 25, 26. And there's the 30 seconds.
I think he was talking about a little orb thing that flew by.
Must
do
have
you
been, 'cause
think?
I didn't see anything.
He got the orb stuck to his trousers.
Mm.
There's another one. Can't see anything else so far. Can you?
I've just been seeing what he was calling these orbs.
Mm-hmm. There's another one. Has his medication and lube.
Mm.
Is that a EMP? What are they called? EVPs?
Was that an EVP? No,
Yeah,
it looked like his wallet.
No.
Let's go back.
It looked like a little EVP. Did you see that?
Let's go back and check.
Back a bit further. That little grey thing.
Oh yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So this guy must be pretty avid into this stuff. He's just all worked up right
It might
now.
not be, but that's what it looked like to me, so.
It kind of plays along with what I was saying too before. You can hear the show in the background.
There it was again.
Are you mad that we're in here? Well, if it is there, it probably hears the TV. And you know, they might be provoking it.
Potentially. This one just looks like little specks of dust flying around to me though. Again, we're no experts, but it's kind of a strange red glow in the background there, but I think that's just the back wall and the light reflecting off of it.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell. Did
He
ask?
said, is anyone in here with me?
What's in here with me?
He sees cum sock on the end of the bed there.
He's got his lube on the counter. He's got his
Is cum sock
cum
on the
sock
bed?
on the bed. Didn't quite make it into the hamper.
Oh. Someone talking from experience.
Definitely hide the cum sock before shooting.
No,
If I've learned
no,
anything in my 33 years.
No. Before shooting, you want to have the cum sock out whilst you're shooting.
So here's how you go.
Do you see that?
You shoot, get rid of the sock, then shoot.
Sorry, guys, we spoke way over that. If you can take any knowledge from our video.
If there's one thing I know for sure, you always get rid of the cum sock.
You nasty boy. Right, let's see. I just saw something else in a minute. See that?
Yeah, what was that? Another orb.
Another
there,
one. It's like coming from his body or something.
yeah. I just think
He's scratching his dandruff.
as you can see, it doesn't look like he's the most tidy person in the world. He's probably got a really dusty ass room.
I just saw dust fly past our face just then, so we haven't looked if we could pick that up on our camera.
Right? Hey,
But then I feel like you only see the dust specks if they're like real close. You know what I mean? Another one.
this is just one dirty motherfucker. Look at, I mean, the floor's kind of dirty too.
Another one. Where are you? He's not that dirty.
I guess it's not that bad. And you know,
It's clean
if that
enough to
fan was on, it
me.
would, if the fan was on, it would definitely make me be like, it's just dust flying around. But it wasn't on. It was off.
Window could be another couple bits there.
But just because I seen two flying at the same speed across, that just makes me think it is dust.
But yeah, but then the dust isn't actually up against the camera there because you could tell from where the remote was. It was further away from the actual camera,
That's true. Okay.
which is strange. So when orbs like that are actually caught on camera, I don't know. Could be ghosts.
I mean, some things like that last video when you would see like the orbs flying through the garage, those didn't look quite like dust. Just like transparent. It was kind of close to the camera.
That's the whole video.
It moved kind of slow and like it just didn't move like dust. Whereas some of this stuff it's moving kind of quick and kind of reminds me of dust.
Mm-hmm. So, what did you make of that? Detective Doug. Is that the right word? Detective? Investigator?
Investigator.
Debunker?
Detective. I'm a ghost detective. Well, I mean, I don't really. I think he worked himself up watching those ghost shows, those investigator shows. I mean, even as a skeptic, I watch them and then I get spooked.
He did say he was pulled 2 feet.
Well, it was nighttime, so if he had fallen asleep, that could have been. He could have just been imagining it.
A bear.
It could have been a bear, depending on where he lives. Fucking bears get in
This
your
ghost
house.
came in, it was all brown and fuzzy.
That's what he's seen in his doorway. Was the bear escaping? It's like, fuck! I touched him again. I got what I wanted. I'm out of here. No, I don't. I just think it was dust. There just wasn't I seen everything he was talking about besides the person in his doorway. It's just even the orbs that he mentioned. He did ask. What did he say? Was that in this one?
Mm-hmm. Get it up.
Oh, let me get it up here. Let me get it up. Let's see. Where was it? Oh, that was the other one. So he does say that he's seen orbs, but I just don't. He seems to know what he's doing, but I think if those were orbs, so were the orbs in our video we posted the other day.
Yeah.
Because they just didn't seem very. Maybe one or two of them, but I'm just not convinced. It was a nice long video though, and at least he took time to try to pinpoint what he's seeing, you know. But I can't really. I'll give that. If you want me to give my rating of that.
Yeah, scare factors.
My scare factor on that one, a 2.
A 2?
A 2, super low.
Wow.
It wasn't scary at all.
It wasn't scary.
I mean, trust me. Again, if I put myself in his shoes, watching those Ghost Adventure shows, that would have just the Ghost Adventure show alone. After watching that, even if you think it's complete bullshit like me, I don't think those shows are real. I think they're an entertainment. You know, that's what they are. They're a company. They make money from putting this stuff out there. I don't really necessarily think any of it's real. A lot of it's probably. I can almost guarantee a lot of it's staged. But still gives you the vibes, you know. It's just like watching a scary movie. You know it's not real, but it still kind of spooks you. Still puts you in that mood. I mean, it's designed to. So are those shows. So if I was if I was him and I was on that bed next to that cum sack,
if I was sitting next to a cum sock, I would be freaked.
The cum sack was scarier than the orbs, in my opinion. More ghost-like.
Just to say that video had some spunk.
It was loaded with spunk.
It was just ectoplasm.
No, I would. I wouldn't be.
You'd give
sitting,
it a 2?
It was a 2. But if I would have been, like I said, if I was watching those shows and I was him, my scare factor at that very moment would have probably been midway, probably like a 5. I'd probably been spooked enough to be like, "There's something in here with me."
I would give it. Yeah. Like you say, you have to put yourself in their shoes. The video alone, again, you give it a 0. So I'd probably give it I'd give it a 3 or 4. 3. Because of the whole bed pulling thing as well.
Yeah, if that was true.
Again, we just gotta take his word on that one.
So. Yeah. If you're just gonna take him by his word on that, that would scare the shit out of me. Yeah, but just wasn't enough.
All right, we got some pictures next. This is a jam-packed Louie Dude episode.
We made sure to get some videos and pictures on this one.
Couple pictures today. The first one was taken by a power plant from someone in a moving vehicle, and they said they were just taking pictures of the power plant. And they took a few pictures next to each other, you know, as you do as you're driving along. You want to get good shots, you take a few pictures. So we bring up the first one here.
So we can see it's a misty day out, foggy. He does look like he's at a power plant.
That's what they said. They said they were taking a picture as they were in the car, driving past it to get a picture of the power plant for some reason.
This is probably where Homer Simpson works.
Probably.
So this one doesn't look like there's anything in the image. It looks like this is just the first image that he snapped to kind of show that he was driving by. So we'll go ahead and look at the second image here. Okay, so in the second image, this is obviously where he has captured what he thinks is some sort of oddity, a spirit, ghost, something.
That's what. If that was a picture on its own, I'd be like, fuck off, there's just a man standing there. But as it's taken the same time driving past, what the fuck?
Yeah, and I think as what you've pointed out when we first seen this image.
You can see little boots on him.
It looks like this is a person wearing boots, and I mean, we were saying it looked misty out.
I thought they had a samurai sword on their back, but then I realised it was just the fence.
But it does look like he's wearing like a poncho or like a raincoat
Yeah.
or something with a hat. You see the hat?
Yeah, huh?
That's,
the boots are so prominent though.
the
And he
boots,
looks
yeah.
quite big. If that's like a full-size fence for a power plant, that's a big person.
Well, as you can see, if it is real, I mean, it looks like they might be standing at the edge of the road, so they're not quite up to the fence. This is probably like 8 feet to the fence. So if he was up to the fence, he might be like up to here. So, but it definitely still looks big. That's an interesting one.
It's like he's wearing like a backpack or something.
I'm trying to tell. I'm trying to see if it's a transparent or if it's just like really light looking.
It looks transparent. You can see everything.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, semi.
And he's like standing still looking into the power plant.
That's eerie.
That's
That's
really eerie.
I don't know really what to make of this one. It could be a smudge on the window. Again, he said they were moving, so it could have picked up anything. It could have just, been a smudge on the window. Oh, shit, I have no clue.
It's just the boots. They look like little wellies.
Yeah, they do. They look like rain boots. Like it looks like he's fit for the like
boots.
he looks like he's dressed for the weather.
He's wearing Ugg boots.
He's wearing Uggs.
We just assumed that ghost gender. It's 2020. You can't be doing that.
I didn't. Well, I'm not assuming. These days, who knows who's wearing Uggs? Everybody's wearing Uggs. I got a pair of Uggs. Where are they? They're over there.
But yeah, it looks like he's wearing a raincoat. What's that little black dot like under its sort of neck?
Right here.
Mm.
That's what I'm saying.
It has like a little black dot.
It does. That's why I feel like it's probably like a smudge on the window. Like that has to be like smudge. That has to be something on the window. This looks like it might be a bit more zoomed in than the last image. Let's see if we can pull that back up. See, the first image doesn't look that zoomed in. This one looks
Not really.
Not really. No.
Look, there's the 3 towers. Let's put them back to back so you guys can have a look right now.
So if we look at both images, because they don't look like they're too far apart, so maybe they weren't moving. You know what I mean? Because
they said they were. They probably slowed down the car.
it must be moving really slow.
Because they're probably like, hey, I want to get a picture of this power plant, so the driver slowed down. So that's it. And you see where he's standing next to that other pillar?
Yeah, and if you go back to the other image, that's what I'm trying to see if maybe... Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Again, could have been photoshopped in. We can't
rule that out. I mean, we don't know this person personally. They could just be trying to fool us. I don't know though. That it just looks like, it's besides the feet of this thing, everything else looks like it's very easy to pass off as a smudge on the window.
You see the head shape though,
But at the same time, you don't see the smudge in the window in the last photo. So that's where it's gaining its credibility. It's interesting.
It's very spooky.
I'll have to put this one in the realm of I don't know. It's not enough for me to say that it's like an actual paranormal or supernatural or anything like that. But I will absolutely admit that I am not sure about this one.
Yeah, we're not believers yet, but it is.
If I had to put it on a scare factor, I'd give it a solid 6.
You give that one a 6?
Yeah, I think so.
If I took that picture myself, I would probably give that an 8.
An 8. It's up there. Yeah, if I took it myself, if it was me, that
because it looks evil. Do you know what I mean? Like it's dark colors, it's scary. It looks like a demon or something.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like pitch black, but transparent.
It's spooky. It's spooky.
It also kind of looks like he's holding a hook or something to the left-hand side.
I know what you did last summer.
Do you see that hook?
That's what it looks like. It looks like the I know what you did last summer guy.
He's wearing like one of those straw hats. Yeah, the floppy straw hats.
No, didn't he wear like a rain hat or something?
No, but I mean it just looks like he's wearing a straw hat.
It does. What does he think? This is a sunny day? Interesting.
That is a spooky one.
Yeah, I have to give it that. It's definitely a spooky image.
I think that's the best thing I've seen so far since we started this.
Yeah, the thing is they supplied us with 2 images, and just so we could have something to compare it to. And that was awesome because we were able to debunk, a smudge on the window, being that there wasn't a smudge on the first image, but on the second image there was that figure. So it really helped. I mean, if you want your story to be credible, that's one way to really, spice it up a little bit, like to make it seem real. Like you give us examples. That was awesome. All right, and then we have another image for you guys.
Oh, you got all the juicy stuff for you today.
Let's take a look.
This one's called Mr. Smiley. About someone's niece's imaginary friend, I guess, called Mr. Smiley.
Mr. Smiley.
We have a little bit of background information about this too.
At least he sounds like a nice ghost.
Mr. Smiley sounds horrifying.
It's definitely no Casper, I guess. Alright, let's take a look. This one was submitted by Lexi Blue. And Lexi goes on to say,
Oh, my sister. I thought it was a niece. My bad. Sorry.
my sister, in whom she calls Mr. Smiley. This is from 7 years ago. I have many photos from over the years of visitors, not always good. They have always been attracted to me. Now they follow and talk to my sister as well.
Ooh.
A family that has the ability
Paranormal
to
activity.
attract spirits and paranormal.
I wish I had that. Come to me, ghosts.
They
Everything starts shaking.
They probably have amazing imaginations.
Oh.
Ooh, burn. No. This is the first one I caught with my sister Rye. We're in the kitchen, and she has this massive neon green orb? Now I'll take a stab at it. Maastricht. Behind her. It's not the camera, because she is clear, and everything behind the mist you can see, but it's obstructed like it's blanketed in green mist.
Okay, so let's pull up the picture.
Alright, here we are. That's interesting. That reminds me of last episode. The very first image that we pulled up had the pink smudge on it that they were calling an aura.
Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, when we premiered that, they said they were wearing short sleeves that day, and it wasn't part of their cardigan or anything like that. So
yeah, so the claim is that they were wearing short sleeves. So the thread theory we had apparently is
a thread could have floated along, but again, if this kind of stuff happens in a lot of photos, you can't really put it down to a thread appeared in the photo every single time at the top of someone's head.
It's not only that we learned.
far-fetched.
We also learned that it was a smartphone. It wasn't a Polaroid or anything. That image did come from a smartphone. So.
I want to know what she's cooking. They're little potatoes.
Yeah, it looks like she's cutting up some potatoes, rinsing them.
They look really small.
Those are
Baby
tiny.
potatoes.
Yeah, those are baby.
Little baby potatoes. And that
Little
ghost is
baby
like,
potatoes.
The ghost is like, I want some potatoes.
Yeah. Well, we did do a little research on this image because it's green aura. Because we learned what the pink aura meant in the last episode.
But the thing is with auras, like, if you know anything more than we do, we've been searching on the internet, and a lot of places say different things for the same color. So we don't really know what a trustworthy source is.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
This is just a general thing that we found.
To be fair, there's probably no trustworthy source because who knows what the hell a fucking aura is. If it's real, if these are...
Oh, yeah, that's
so,
true.
there's no trustworthy. But I do remember looking this up, and for this one, they were pretty similar. They had a lot to do with nature and stuff. So let's take a look at what we found. It says, a green aura. Green also symbolizes health and comfort. You are in a good place right now and able to take good care of your health and well-being.
With potatoes.
With potatoes. Potatoes are healthy. You are enjoying some great comforts.
Potatoes.
Like potatoes. And it says, and stress is the last thing you are worried about.
Well, yeah, kids aren't stressed.
Yeah,
for the most part.
That makes sense. And, it looks like she's in a happy home. She looks very happy, smiling. She don't look like upset or anything.
If I was a kid and I was made to peel potatoes, I would not be smiling.
That's how you know she's in a good place. She's peeling potatoes and she's just...
I still can't peel a potato to this day. Yeah, that right.
No, I do it. I peel the potatoes. I'm the potato peeler.
I'm the potato peeler.
It goes on to say, a green aura also indicates renewal. You radiate this color when you are undergoing change or transformation and moving on to something better.
Womanhood.
She's a young woman.
Potentially.
Yeah. Green also represents healing. Your aura will turn green color when your heart is finally mending after a breakup, a major disappointment, or a huge loss. I am so sorry, little girl. Who hurt you? Alright, let's take a look. It symbolizes growth and achievement. I'm sorry, let me try that again. It symbolizes growth and achieving balance and harmony in your life.
She's about to have a growth spurt.
She's growing. She's definitely growing. Green is also the color of emotional, mental, and spiritual development. And that kind of makes sense. Being a kid, and especially around that age, it probably...
But I feel the person who sent this photo were trying to say, this is Mr. Smiley.
So yeah, we're pushing it off as an orb just because of our last episode, the image that we seen at the beginning there. But according to these, the sender, this is supposed to be a ghost that her sister talks to.
I feel like this could be a reflection of her shirt on the Flash or whatever. Because she's wearing a bright green shirt.
That's a good call. Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I see it as.
That's really good. Yeah, that does make sense.
It's like you move your phone just slightly and it gets caught in the light and...
Yep, because the lens has, the protective glass over it too.
Mm-hmm.
So if she had it just on the right angle, it could be reflecting the color for sure. Good call.
That's what I see it as.
That was a good call. I wouldn't have.
If she's
even
wearing
thought
a
about
different
that.
colour shirt, I'd be like, whoa, that's a bit weird.
Yeah, and you know what? Strangely, that color green, even though it's a little bit faded, it does.
But it will be.
It's
it's
like it's very similar to that color green.
That's what I
shade.
put it down to. But...
Yeah, it's a good call. That's a good call. I think maybe you've debunked this one.
I did it all by myself.
I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. No, again, we can't prove that either, but if we had to think of natural explanations, that is a damn good natural explanation for that, in my opinion.
What would you give that one on the scare factor?
It's not scary at all. I'll just to be nice, I'll say 1. It's just not scary.
Okay, we're not on a scare factor. Is this a ghost factor?
A ghost factor? I mean, if it was a ghost back there,
If you were in these person's shoes,
if I was looking...
and you thought the ghost was following you around, and now it's gone on to your sister, and you take this photo, and you were that person.
If it was my picture, I was looking, it was my sister, I'd probably be pretty spooked. The highest I could really give that, the highest I could personally give it, even if it was me, would probably be a 4.
A 4?
Yeah.
I think I'm with you. A 4, if it was me.
Yeah, but if I had to sit here and personally, I would say a 1. That's being nice. I mean, it's called Mr. Smiley. Where's the smiley face?
Well,
I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. All right. So those were our videos and our images. You're welcome.
please send us more.
Yeah, please send us more. Those are way more entertaining. Way more fun to pick apart. We love videos of cum socks. Who doesn't? Am I right? Alright. So we're going to move on to a story. We have a story here submitted by Sarah.
Story time.
Story time, babe.
Story time.
And this submission is from Sarah. She does go on to say, edit, trigger warning, possible suicide. So, if that's not your thing, which it shouldn't be,
Then click away now.
yeah, then don't listen.
But I don't think it's anything too.
I don't think it's going to be that bad.
No.
So Sarah says, my pop moved into a rental place with one of his daughters. My auntie. Not my auntie, but
This was a your auntie?
Sarah's auntie. A couple of years ago. It was a 2-story place, but the upstairs was like an attic with a lounge room and a little walled-off bedroom. The bedroom had a small door, like child-sized, whatever that means. I'm guessing it was like a crawl space.
Yeah.
in one of the walls.
I know what she means.
I think it's like, I know what she means too. I used to live in a house that had like a little door like that. It was to a crawl space though. And she does say, which opened up into just a small part of the roof cavity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It creeped my aunt out as she slept in the room it came off. So she bought a bolt lock so she could keep it locked. One day, we went to visit, and we had been talking to my aunt. My son was 3 at the time and was playing outside on the grass where we could see him. She was telling us that one of her chairs kept ending up under one of the beams in her lounge room. She lived upstairs. She asked the realtor about previous owners and was told that someone had hung themselves from the beam about 15 years back. She said that's creepy enough on its own. My son was desperate to go up and down the stairs. My aunt said that that's fine because there's nothing there he can get into. We heard him banging up and down the stairs, then walking across the lounge room. Her lounge room floor was the ceiling we were under. So I went up to the stairs to tell him to just play where I could see him. As I got to the top of the stairs, I could see him through the little doorway that led to my aunt's room, where her bed and that little door, where her bed was and that little door.
Can you imagine? That'd be really creepy, just seeing a little kid through a little door playing.
Yeah, that's
got horror movie written all over
it. It does, yeah. Especially if there was no little kid in the house.
Yeah.
He walked over to me and said, "She doesn't like us being here." I said, "No, it's okay. Auntie Nettie," that was my aunt's name, said you could play on the stairs, but I just want to be able to see you. He said, "Not Rennie." That's what my son calls Aunt Nettie. The other lady.
Ooh. Creepy.
That is weird. I said to him, "It's only Pop and Aunt Nettie that live here." He said, "No, the lady in the little room."
Ew.
Ugh. She puts in parentheses.
Brackets.
He said, he had no idea what was behind that little door. I said to him, "There's no lady." He said, "Yes, there is, Mummy. She's wearing a dress. She was waving to me." I'd be like, "You little demon child."
You get down to that church and get yourself baptized right now.
Throwing holy water on him. I told him to show me where she was, so he headed into Auntie Nettie's room and pointed to the open little door. "She's in there, Mummy."
It was bolted shut and it was open now.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder. Let's see. I mean, apparently
He must
it was.
have opened it.
He must
the
have.
Kid. Yeah.
How did he get in there?
How did he get into it? Young whippersnappers.
That young whippersnapper. Just as he said that, the little door closed. I walked over to look at it, and it opened a little, then quickly shut again.
Ooh.
I grabbed my son and flew down those stairs like a crazy person.
I think I would too.
Yeah.
I'd leave my son up there. I'm getting the hell out of here.
Yeah. You stay up here, you demon child. What the hell's going on? I startled everyone downstairs. Auntie Nettie asked what was wrong, and I told her. She said, "Oh my God, I have that door locked all the time. It scares the crap out of me. There was no way he could have opened it."
Oh, we couldn't have opened it.
That's what I was saying. How did he do that with the deadbolt on there? She went upstairs and locked it again. We finished our coffee and were leaving. I put my son in the car. We were saying goodbye to Pop and Auntie Nettie. My son piped up from the back. "Look, Mommy, there she is. She's waving." I asked him where, and he pointed up to the roof where that window was. A cold shiver ran through me. I was trying to figure out where the window would be situated in the room upstairs. I rang my aunt when we got home and told her what he had said. She went to look where that window was, and she told me it was covered from the inside the little room.
Ooh.
Creeped me out so much. They only stayed at the house for 2 months. My aunt would have weird dreams of someone coming out from that little door. She'd wake up and find the little door unbolted.
Dreams about it? Oh, she'd wake up and find out.
So she would have dreams about someone coming out of that little door, and when she'd wake up, the door would be unbolted. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I mean,
creepy.
That is creepy. Again, stories with kids, it's just, if you don't witness it with your own two eyes, they're super imaginative. It's hard to say that, yes, he opened a dead-bolted door, but maybe it wasn't dead-bolted. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't open on its own. Maybe it was, she just went in there for something, and she did say she always keeps it locked, but this could boil down to malfunctioning deadbolt. This could, you know what I mean? If it's an old house and you installed it yourself, maybe you installed it wrong. That's where my mind would go. I don't know. That's a spooky one still.
The fact she was in the window and it was boarded up. Like you saw her.
Yeah, spooky.
Underneath the boards, up against the window.
Yeah, because she said it was a covered window, so.
Waving goodbye.
It probably
sounds like a friendly ghost.
Yeah.
Thought she was trying to entice a little kid to like possess him or something. Turns out years later, this kid's possessed.
Yeah, I mean.
They need an exorcism, but the exorcist is too busy
What?
buying 50% off meat.
He's at the butcher's. You know, by the way, she was spelling mummy. This does seem like it might take place over here somewhere.
Really?
Yeah, did you see? Let me find a little spot. Right here. Yes, there is mummy.
Oh yeah, probably is British then.
So maybe they do know the butcher. But honestly, the way to really figure that out is to see, like, you know, the gender of the person that did hang themselves in that place. If you know if that story's true.
Was it a woman?
Maybe
Was
get a
she wearing
description of the
dress?
person. Was she wearing a dress? Yep. Which is another thing, you know, like, if spirits exist, do clothes have spirits too? Like, how do your clothes come with you?
Yeah, I never really thought about
The
that.
woman in the dress. Is there ghost dresses? Wouldn't they just be naked ghosts floating around? Fucking perverted.
I guess they would
Put
be.
some ghost clothes on, alright?
Well, maybe they die naked and then they have to go ghost clothes shopping. They go to Ghost Primark.
Primark's probably full of them.
Right?
I guess on a scare factor, if all of this was true, even, let's just put it down to being a story. If this was a story, even if it wasn't even true at all, like it was just a story, it'd be that's a spooky story. Like, it gives me spooky images. I would, if I had to rate that, I'd probably give that probably a 7 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
It just had everything. It just had the perfect formula for a scary story.
I'd give it a 7 too.
Yes, it's worth a 7.
Because that was like one of the, like, a lot of these stories, I can't put myself into them. But particularly this one and the butcher one, I really was like, I was there.
Yeah, this one.
A lot of them I just we're reading them and I'm not in their situation. This one I was there with them.
Yeah, I
can picture the house. I can see everything.
I was definitely able to put myself into the story.
Yeah.
I could kind of see what she was talking about, especially with the crawl space. She didn't really call it a crawl space, but since I know what a crawl space is, I know it was.
Yeah. I could picture the whole thing in my head. What was going on?
That's interesting.
So that made it super creepy. Thank you so much, Sarah, for sending that story in to us.
Thank you.
It gave me chills to read. That was super spooky.
It's a spooky one.
That was a good one. Thank you so much.
And on that note, if you have an experience you'd like to submit, along with any photo or video evidence, not required, but it is desired, feel free to submit by email to want2believeyou@gmail.com or on Facebook via Messenger. That's fine. You can put it in the comments, whatever you'd like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because we love seeing these submissions. We love reading the stories. We love the pictures and the videos. We want some more of those.
Mm-hmm.
It's way easier for us to see the videos and pictures and decide if we want to believe you or not. Because I want to believe you. Do you?
I do. Do you?
Thank you again, guys.
Thank.
Please subscribe. Give us a like. Tell your friends. Tell your family.
And your ghosts.
And all of your ghost friends. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much. Bye.